Hello. So today I decided to make a little video of my 3 months dieta in Peru. Today is the 19th day of that 9 days. For the first month, I am staying in basically the jungle. So there's a river down below. This is my casita. Today I'm reading a book called God I Am, which is freaking awesome. Taking my time with that. So this is where I store water to drink, but I mostly just use it when I need water, and I get fresh water in my water bottle whenever I need water. So yep, this is it. This is my bed. As you can see, it's pretty open. I should probably do a shot from the outside. Let me put my shoe on. So there's no lights here. It's completely dark at night. At least there's no lights down here. There's light at the main house. They're still doing some work. So this is where I'm staying. Yeah, pretty much. It's totally darkness at night. Totally dark. So yeah, let's go back inside. Yeah, so this is my 19th day. And so far, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty challenging. Especially like there's no TV. You can't be watching. There's no TV here, obviously. There's no internet. The only internet is somebody like next door who has internet. So if I needed to make any urgent calls or do anything, or if I feel I need to talk to someone when it gets a little rough, I go up there and make a call. But apart from that, that's it. It's only me, myself, and I most of the time throughout the day. I'm reading or sitting in silence, or I go for a walk or go sit out in the sun. And so I'm the only one here at the moment. There's no one else here other than the people who works here. And so far, I would say what's been challenging for me is honestly, there was a time when I came when there were other people here, and when those people were leaving, I felt a little bit like frightened, lonely, but the last two ceremonies I did, I think helped relieve some of that like anxiety and fear, about being alone. Being alone by myself here. So you have to manage loneliness, get over that. Your fear, if you have any fear of being in the dark or fear of being alone, that's something you're gonna have to work through. And that's one of my major things that I'm working on right now is fear. Not just being alone, but like fear in general. Like during one of my ceremonies, I think I have fear of dying, fear of, sometimes I feel like my ego is, I don't want to say dying or whatnot, splitting apart, or when the ego is dissipating, you think you're going to die, but it's something that I'm still continuously have to work on during ceremonies, is realizing that if my ego shattered, then I'm not gonna die, because I am not my ego and I'm not my body. And I'm reading this book, and it's really, really helping me put some things in perspective. The information that I'm reading is not 100% new, but it's helping me to understand and see things in a different way, or realizing certain things. Because, I used to think that I read a lot of books and you hear that you have to sit in silence, sit in stillness, quiet your mind, to find peace or enlightenment or whatever. And that's really difficult for me, because my mind is always chattering. And a lot of times when I'm meditating, if I'm doing it laying down, I would at some point fall asleep. I don't even know when I do. And when I'm sitting up, maybe I meditate for a little bit, and then I still have to keep working on quieting the mind, focus on my breathing, which is what I'm working on. But when I'm reading this book, and this author is saying that only when we come into the physical body, spiritual, because we're spiritual beings, when we come into the physical body, only for women, only their first two chakras is active, and the third chakra partially active, and for man only their two chakras is active. So that's sexual and survival, the first two. And then for women, you have the solar plexus. So this author, I've always asked myself, where does the spirit or the soul reside? And he's saying it's in the solar plexus. And I guess that's the sun. And I guess that's sometimes when people do breath work, breathing exercise, how you get hot, and you feel it in your spine or down here, and it slowly rises up. One way people use to open up their chakras. But he's saying that even if you do that and you open up your chakras, that's really not going to help you to reach kind of enlightenment in a sense, because you have to get rid of all your fears. He's basically saying that we all have two-strand DNA, but once you get rid of the fear, or unplugging the fear from your body, all the energy, anything of fear, any type of fear whatsoever that you're having, whether it's from trauma, from childhood, anything that you may afraid of being poor, afraid of being lonely, fear of dying, any type of fear, fear of sickness, even hate, fear, it all comes from fear. Hate, racism, wars, everything stems from fear, And he's once you get rid of the fear or unplug the fear, that will help to heal your DNA and repair it, where you could get back your 12 strands of DNA. And once you unplug the fear, get rid of all the fear, that's when your chakras will open and align. So I'm happy to be reading this, because all people always saying the same thing: sit in silence, meditate. But what do you do with all the emotional blockage that you have within your body? I know that it's not a one way that leads, just a one road that leads to enlightenment. So I'm kind of happy about discovering this book and reading it, because I do know that I do have a lot of fear, and that's what I'm working on. It's just even fear of the unknown, fear of the future, fear of making change, fear of stopping doing something that you're doing that you really don't want to do, fear of following your passion, just fear of following your own truth, fear of being yourself. I even discovered I'm even scared of being myself. I'm scared of being myself around people. Even in the ceremony, I'm scared of just being me, because I'm thinking people is going to judge me. Just worrying about how people respond to me, or respond to my thinking, or my thoughts, or my knowledge, whatever I know. It's just all these different type of fear, all these fear that you have, and you wonder how we are we're socialized or programmed into becoming into becoming just people that is walking around in fear constantly all the time, even fear of each other. So yeah, for the few days that I was here, it was like, kind of difficult. I was like complaining about things, because here everything is not perfect here. So I'm like complaining about stuff. I'm like a real clean person, and I was complaining about how things aren't clean, which that should be corrected, but it was like really bothering me, and I couldn't even function during my ceremony because I was like just caught up in worrying about like things not going the way it's planned. Things are not going the way it's supposed to be, I wasn't like really going with the flow, or sometimes we think things are not going as planned, but things is actually going as planned. Not as my plan, but as maybe the plan of your higher self, source. That's his plan, not really my plan. And so things like that. So it's one of the things the medicine told me to work on is like trust and patience. And yeah, so today I'm feeling okay being by myself. I'm just reading, trying to get through the days. I have another four more weeks here in the jungle. People come and go because I'm the only one who's doing it for this long. So I think like 2 people coming in on Monday, and then the following for 8 days, and then the following week I'll be here by myself, and then a couple more people come in after that. But yeah, so this is my journey here in Tarapoto, Peru. This is my journey of healing, for sure, because I came here because I wanted to heal myself and to learn the medicine ayahuasca. And that is what I'm doing. I'm also doing writing stuff down. Writing is a good way of releasing, but I've kind of been on the block for the past couple of days. I haven't been writing, but the weeks before that I was here, I was doing some writing. But right now I'm just reading, and sometimes just sitting quietly and going for a walk, something like that. But yeah. Oh, and another thing is the food. The dieta, you're on a dieta, so the diet that you eat here is it's bland. That's another thing. I'm such a person that's big on health and big on eating like fruits and vegetables, and like smoothies and pressed juices and herbs and stuff like that. But here the diet is very bland. It's been like rice and potato, and because you can't eat no salt, there's no salt, no your food basically have to be plain, like no spices, no salt, no seasonings. So it's been like just rice and potato and like egg. Like for breakfast I had potato with egg, and boiled potato, boiled plantain, and egg. And yesterday I had potato with white rice and egg. And I mean, you could see from my face, I'm pretty like not happy about the food. I don't think it's very healthy. It's like very starchy, mucusy to me. But and then the day before that, I think I had rice with potato and cucumber, and sometimes it's like quinoa soup with potato and like carrots and cabbage. Some things that's what the diet probably consists basically of that, and it's really bland. So I was really struggling with the food up until, I still struggle a little bit, but I'm doing my best to do minimum amount of eating, and just be thankful but grateful, I guess. Pray over it, bless it, eat what I can, and look forward to the day when this is over and I could eat what I want. But that is how it's been so far. And if I make another video, I don't know, because I spontaneously made this video. So yeah, if anything, or if any new changes or any new discovery within myself, maybe I make another video. But this is my journey so far, and I guess I see how I come out at the end of the 3 months.